Hey you guys, so I haven't been doing them actually for the last 2 or 3 months. Maybe 4 months. I haven't done them in a while. I used to do shorts on like the book I was reading for the month and then the new book I would be reading. And I haven't done it in a while because I've come to the point where I read a lot of stuff where and I'm not finishing. Where I used to be where I would pick a book up and I was like, okay, I'm reading this book and I'm going to finish it, through the month. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm kind of picking up 2 or 3 books, and Um, I'm reading here and there with them, and so some get finished. Like if I picked up a book right now, which I don't think I'm picking up anything new because I have a few books on my hand. Like say I picked up a new book for the month of February, and I don't know if I would finish that because I have multiple books. So that's why I haven't been doing the little videos on reading, but I'm still reading. Always will reading. And I wanted to come on here and talk about the healing because you know what, that's my favorite thing is to get on here and do collective readings for the healing journey and you know tap into the energy of my own experience and then all the stuff that I'm learning and reading and going on. And so my thing was if you want and I know me personally, I want someone if you're going to walk the walk, it's kind of my post-it note here, you know, if you're going to walk the talk, um, you gotta do it yourself. So what am I doing to continue my healing process? Well, of course, for body and emotions, I've been doing somatic yoga in the morning time sometimes, and I switched that off. I've just added back in my cardio because I did go buck wild, which I'm going to talk. I'm going to do a thing. Actually, I'm not do that on a podcast about some stuff. Um, but so I do that for my body, and then I also do yoga at night. So that's my body stuff. That's also my mind stuff. That's also my emotional stuff. That fits into all that. I've also been doing breath work. I try to do that every other day or so. I will do some kind of breath work where I just tried ocean breath yesterday. It was pretty interesting. I really liked it, and lion's breath. All of those. I've been trying different ones and doing those, and um, correlating those in my day. So I have those. And then I also, well, reading. I always read. Um, one of my, I'm reading this classic, The Scarlet Letter with my daughter. And we're halfway through it. And we do have to finish it because it is for her a class. We got to choose a book, and this is the book we choose. Well, I got to choose the book, and I chose this book for us to read together. Um, so we're reading this together, and it's been really. Each night we're reading like 3 or 4 pages, and it's oh my gosh, she's getting interested. She's like, oh my gosh, and so rereading it as an adult, where I read it, when I was in high school, it's quite different. I'm like I don't remember any of this. This is interesting. It's probably one of my phases where I forgot a lot of stuff, blocked a lot of stuff out. Let's say that. And that's what you do when you're healing and going through trauma. You kind of you block things out. Personally, what I'm reading right now, well, actually, I did finish a book, and I started this book. Oh my gosh, I started this book back in September. I started in September. I started in September and I read some of it in October, and then I read none in November and December, and then I finished it up this month. This Talking to Spirits. Because I kind of just walked away from tapping into wanting to do spirit communication and doing medium work, and my guys are like, why aren't you pushing me back towards that? And so I finished it, and it was really good, and I got some really good stuff, and I had a lot of great downloads from that, and so I finished that book. One book I will always use is my animal spirit guides because I always have animals coming that randomly come up. I didn't have any in my dreams last night. I had some crazy dreams, but there was no animals there. Um, Also, what I'm reading, is because I really want to get into my starseed readings. I've done one, but and it was great, and it was more on just a little knowledge that I knew because I don't know that I didn't I know a little more because I've been doing a lot more research and a lot more reading as well. Um, but I'm doing this beginner's guide to star seeds. I've also read a couple of articles that I've looked. I'm also reading this Merlin's Handbook for Seekers and Star Seeds. And I went back to a classic of mine that I love, and because I in it, it was more for my inner self and helping with my mindset and also tapping into my emotions and my thinking patterns and stuff. And that is Buddhism, Plain and Simple. So those are all the books that I'm reading. I will probably this I'm going through this Starseed book pretty quickly, so I probably will finish this up in February. So, and then I will probably throw there. I found another one yesterday that I want, and I was just like, oh. And then my guides told me, well, why don't you? Because I listen to things. I listen to like YouTubes, and like I also when I've been doing painting with that's another thing I do too. Just to relax and also self-care is I've been doing painting, but this painting is also for a project too. So it goes hand in hand with just calmly doing creative stuff, but also it's creative with a project as well. So they go hand in hand with that. And also a lot of writing. I've been doing a lot of writing. Um, so between writing, automatic writing, painting, I was trying to sketch with my painting, and my daughter's kind of like pushing me, like, ooh, add the sketches in there. And so I'm just sketching as I go and figuring it out. But right now I'm more into just the painting part because I'm doing the backgrounds of a project of or oracle deck I'm making. I have like probably 5 or 6 oracle decks that have come to me and downloads. And so I'm just creating right now. So that's what I'm doing for my healing is a lot of creating, using a lot of creative energy, but also meditating. Of course, I meditate, breath work, yoga, working out. I do cardio workout, and I do a lot of dance workout where I'm dancing. I like to do Grow with Joe, and I also like to do MREC. Is it I think it's, I don't know. I'm not for sure. I'm not 100%. I like to do hers. And so I do a lot of those. And I also listen to this lady on, I've taken a course on numerology and I love numerology. And I've been listening to a lady more about numerology. And that's why my guides were like, why don't you get an audiobook? Because I've been listening to people and especially her about numerology and how it connects to like ascended masters and connected to star seeds and connected to all of those types of things. So I've been listening to that a lot, and so um, and I've been wanting to get into sacred geometry too because I don't know why, but I'm into that. I'm feeling leaning towards that, but I can't add anything else to my plate. And so my guides are saying, just if you want to read something, do an audiobook. So another thing I'm probably going to do add on soon is an audiobook. I don't usually do audiobooks, but I do listen to people about learning. So if I do an audiobook, it'll be an audiobook with someone with like a book, like a non-fictional type of book because it's more knowledge based and then I can just get the information like that because I do take courses and I do seminars and I do jump into master classes as well. Those are things I do. Uh, so I do all of those things to walk the talk of coming in and helping others and just, you know what? Me just being myself and being a light, and that is actually that's my card this week. I will show you my card. My card this week is I make a positive impact. And so, and if you can kind of see, there's a light bulb there. So knowing that I'm shining my light and I am 100% in my North Node, then I can do this, and I can do it with joy and happiness. And like right now, I have lipstick on. With I don't wear lip. I usually don't wear lipstick, but I grabbed some, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna try some lipstick on and have a lunch date with myself with a salad and put some lipstick on, and I did. And as a matter of fact, I got to go in there and do my tea really quick. But I wanted to jump on and talk to you guys about walking the walk. If you want to do something, do it. But make sure you're also, and if you want to teach something, or if you want to guide people, if you want to do those things, make sure you are being an example of it. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to put out there, make sure you're that example as well. So make sure you're doing, so if you're, like I read tarot. So yes, I do have my, as you can see, I have this, I don't know if you can't see it that well. Let me go like that. I have this tarot calendar, and it's all about the Fool. And so yeah, that's like a nice little refresher and information on the Fool. And on this Fool, it's interesting because they didn't put the dog, they put a monkey. And the reason why they put that monkey is because, as most Fools come with a dog, here we have a musical monkey. He is a musing companion, but is also distracting. Perhaps he is the personification of our monkey mind. Oh my gosh. So like, and people always say your monkey mind, and so that's one thing is when with tarot, I feel that you always can learn something new. Yes, the dog is usually in there, and wider in the Rider Waite deck, but that has the monkey, and that has a reason behind it. And that's why I also like to jump on and do Kickstarters for people, because the new Kickstarter I just got was, it's called, here, I had to print out her guidebook because she just gave us a PDF to it. It's the Blue Apple Tarot. It's the journey, a journey within, into the universe within. So the really cool thing about that is she based this tarot off of, if I grab this deck, let's see, she based it off like the human body. So say I grab, I don't want to grab that. Okay, so say I'm gonna grab the moon. The moon's coming out. So we have the moon here, and with the moon, you can kind of see she based that off the ear, and so it's about listening to your, I would say it's like listening to the sound of your inner voice. I really think that's what it could be, but I'm going to read what she put in there about it. And just going through someone's new deck and, and learning what their interpretation is and what they're seeing and then, putting yours with it to see if that works. It says, La Luna sings to us in silent vibrations. The melody entering our ear gate provides balance within our equilibrium. The full moon in the sky lets us know we are not alone. Even in the darkest of the night, she can perceive us, and we can perceive her. The mother of the heavens watches over us while we sleep and speaks in our subconscious, encouraging our dreams to take us to different realms, to where messages can be left are hidden in plain sight. Take note of your dreams, but remember that the frequencies you interpret may require further evaluation for accuracy. Who is your subconscious? Do you know that side of yourself? And so it's like listening, because your ears with frequency. So each card, I won't read anymore, but like she has the five of swords as your nails. She has, I'm not gonna do that one. When I say all the body parts, I'm talking about all the body parts. So like the Ten of Pentacles is the blood is the blood cells. So it goes over all of those, and so that's just a nice different take. And it's interesting. I don't know. When I got this deck, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was liking the design. That's the outside design. And I thought, I didn't even pay attention that this was about the body. and this is how the universe works. Then about, and then I've been waiting for this for a while, and so I just got it like 2 weeks ago. But a month ago, I was sitting here and I was like, I really want to do a reading where I can, tap into, you know, healing, like what people need to work on their body parts. Really need something with body parts. And I was just, and so then I got online and then I started looking for oracle decks about on body parts. I was like, I can get an oracle deck on body parts. And I ended up not doing it. I was just like, oh, I'll just wait. I don't need it. I can, if anything, I can make my own little things, my own papers and do it myself if I need to. And then I got this deck and I saw that it was about body parts. I was just like, I didn't even notice that when I ordered. So simple things like that. But, now I'm just chatting to you. I'm just getting to know you one-on-one. And just being myself, which is kind of fun. Um, but yes, so that's how I learn. Also, because I do tarot, and I do tarot and I do astrology too. So when it comes to astrology, I usually tap into a couple things for my astrology. Astrology, I always go back to my old courses. 'Cause I have a couple of old astrology courses. I will go back to them for information sometimes for things. I also have this book right here that I tap into, the only astrology book you'll ever need. It's kind of like my spirit guide book my spirit animal book. I always have that one. And then I also jump into, with tarot, I jump into this Tarot Correspondence by Susan Chang. So I jump into that when I want to look up some stuff as well. And because, oh man, it has really good stuff. Because so we were just talking about the moon. So if I go to the moon, I find the moon. You guys are like, she's doing her own thing. You can kind of see how I love to learn, and I'm just like, oh, this is so fascinating. Okay, so we go to if I find the moon, where's the moon at? There's the moon. No. We're still on, okay, that's the star. Okay, the moon. So we'll go to the moon. So if I'm in the moon, like it's this. So you can go to the moon, and so you get the Roman numeral, then you get the regular numeral, then you get your conventional card title, the moon, and then you get it shows you the zodiac glyph, which is like that glyph, which is the glyph of Pisces. And then you have, I don't know if it's the glyph of Pisces. I think it's just the glyph. And then it has the animals, and so it'll say crab, dog, jackal, crayfish, horse, rabbit, fish, dolphin. OMG. Really? Okay. Subconscious. Okay. I connected some stuff together. Then the plants, there's hazel in there, there's fig, there's willow, there's heartwort. And then the perfume incense that goes with it is red storax. I don't know what that is. Okay. Gemstones and metals is amethyst, ruby, pearl, coral, and moonstone. Mythical figures to go with it, which I'm just blown away because I'm loving it, is Incubus, Hecate, Neptune, Poseidon, Christ, okay? And then magical weapons, the Twilight of the Palace, and the magic mirror. I don't know what those are. Musical note is B, and the color corresponds is red violet. So, like, going in there and like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Just getting that information. And then that's just the natural and magical and mythical correspondence. Now, if you go and there's different tables. That's table 6. And there's table 1. So there's tables about astrology, natural correspondence, astrology, the deacons, oh my gosh, so many. Geometry, when I was talking about sacred geometry and the Kabbalah and all of that. And then the golden dawns and their colors, oh my God, and the color scales. I haven't gone that deep into it. I have gone maybe into, and actually Susan Chang and I forgot the other lady's name. They do a they have, well, it's, I don't, they did a podcast on all of the wonderful tarots and stuff, and they went around it, and it was awesome. I have not listened to the minor arcana, but I have listened to the major arcana. That's another thing I do for the tarot, learning about it. So I listened to the podcast, their Susan Chang podcast. It's called Fortune's Wheelhouse, and I did the major arcana, and I listened to that. I also writing, and then I have a couple books. I have a lot of tarot books that I've started and haven't completed, like this one, The Lessons from the Empress. This one's a self-care and creative growth, and I have this much. I've read this much, and I have this much left. So, and then I also have the that 78 days of wisdom, and I didn't finish that one either. I kind of stopped at the major arcana, but I can pick it up if I need it. That's stuff that you could pick up and do when you're needing to tap into more. If you want to learn more, go into deeper in your tarot, or you can take a class, or you can take, those things. And that's what I do with astrology. That's what I do with my numerology. I do that with everything because I like to add it all in, and I like to do it all. But at the same time, I like to create. And as you can see, I like to talk. I don't believe I talked for freaking 20 minutes. And this is me talking the talk. So that's all the stuff that I freaking do to work on myself. Right now I'm doing this, and I'm going to do more of a creative day where I am working on painting, and I did work out this morning, and working out and do some yoga, and I'm taking it light today. I'm not going to stress about anything. I'm letting things come in naturally. I'm really, right now I'm in my divine feminine mode, and probably because it's that time of the month. But I balance those out and then I go into my masculine state too, because we have both of those. So sometimes I'm like, go, go, go. And then sometimes I'm like, I need a break. Let's chill. It's time to just, take things in. And then sometimes it's like, I got to go. I got to do this. I got to get things done. And so it's one of those. It's about balance. It's truly about balance. I think temperance is like one of my favorite cards. If I could say my favorite card, it probably would be temperance. I love temperance. And it's funny because a friend of mine, she hates temperance. Well, I don't know if she's a friend anymore, but she hates temperance. Okay, with that, I'm going to go. You guys, so do something for yourself. Do something for your body. So my body is doing breath work, doing yoga, doing cardio, doing dancing. I also do a little belly dancing every once in a while when I get in the mood. So that's my body. My mind, I actually do this practice where I go electronic free, and I turn off everything for like 30 minutes, and I try not to have any thoughts or anything, and I go into quiet mode and not think of anything and just sit with nothing. That's one of my mind things. Another thing for my mind is meditation, quiet the mind. Another thing is mindfulness. I mindfully wash my dishes. I try to mindfully vacuum, but I can't because I listen to music. But I do think, just being in that moment, being present, and that's with the mind. And also, with the mind as well is learning from others, listening to others. That's for the mind. Emotions. What am I doing emotionally? Emotionally, well, as you know, the yoga helps with the emotions as well. I also do automatic writing. I also write. So that helps my emotion. That helps me get things out and release. I also do affirmations so I can release. Also, breath work helps with actually mind and emotion and body. All those do. So, my dealing with my emotions though there, and sometimes I freaking cry. Yeah, I cry too. I do that too. I cry. Yeah, not everything's perfect. Not everything's great. Not everything's go lucky yellow rainbows and happiness. Sometimes things suck, right? So I cry, and I let those out, and I release those, and I see what they are, and I ask what they are, and I recognize them, and I let them know that that's okay. What do you need? Go through those, work through those emotions. So my emotion, my spiritual is I send gratitude daily to the Creator, to Mother Gaia, to all my guides, to my ancestors, to all of those things. I thank them daily. Daily. They get praise and thanks, and sometimes multiple times a day, and nothing's wrong with that. So that's my spiritual connection. My other spiritual connection is, tapping into all of this other stuff that I get into. Also, how I connect spiritually is through meditation and mindfulness. And also, my spiritual stuff also comes in dreams. So that's how I do my spiritual stuff. So that's all of my healing and all of the things that I do. And I sometimes I add things, sometimes I drop things. That's not working. I ain't doing that anymore. That is working. I'm going to keep doing that. And that's how it goes, right? So, I'm finishing now. And so I want you to think of some of the practices that you can go into, that you want to keep, that you want to go into and keep doing. And so you can walk the walk as well. And sometimes you're not walking the walk. Sometimes you're just tired and you just want to relax. And that's okay too. Taking that is a break, and we all need breaks. I'm not saying just go go go. Again, remember I said that energy of divine masculine and divine feminine. You have to have a balance of both, right? Okay. So I'm gonna leave you guys now. Thank you so much for being here. And if you came all the way through, you're friggin' awesome, and you must really like me, because if you listen to all of that, damn, I feel good. I feel special. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.